Hi, welcome back to my channel. We today are going to set up the September monthly MIB6 plans by Just Scribble, and I've pulled out a few things to use in there. So the first thing I pulled out was some of these Spice Bow fall from the fall of 2020 from Simply Gilded, and the Cozy Fall from 2010, October of 2021. Some more Simply Gilded. So in the planner, yeah, we're going to set that up. For the monthly, I'm going to use some stickers from this Hello Fall Live Love Posh book. And I don't know how many years ago this was or any of that. But you're going to use a little bit of this, I think. And this book has been pretty loved and used a lot. And this set of stickers, this like fashion couture. But I really just like the colors. The colors is what drew me to it. And then animal print, always my jam. So definitely going to be using some of those in here today. We'll need to use I have monthly stickers from my shop. These are on clear matte paper. I have some markers. I have a zebra mild liner. This one is in the color beige. I have a Sharpie S Note. They don't have any color names on them. And a Crayola Super Tip, also no names. And then I may add somewhere in here, I created these for my planner. This little fall vibes. It's also on clear matte, and then this bow I want to add somewhere. So those are some things that we're looking at doing today to get this monthly all planned out. So let's go to September. So I guess probably we're going to plan the monthly. We're going to, a little bug somewhere fell on me. We're going to plan the monthly and set up our September cover page and our September goals. So we can go back and look at August so we can kind of see how that works out. So monthly, I just use a little bit of washi and some deco and write in the things that I know are going on right now. I made an August cover page. I had left this to think about putting something down here and then changed my mind and just covered it up. I've added a few things since the last time you probably saw this page. And then I went ahead and wrapped up my goal work. I did this off camera. I've been doing it weekly. So what I do is at the end of the week, I use this info and this info to check off here. And so I've been doing that kind of running as I went in August versus like all at the end of the month together. And then I put a couple of like wins or things I was pleased with this month. So for August, my YouTube growth, I made a lot of time for what I loved, and I set myself up for an easy start to a new school year. And it's been a really good start to the school year. So I'm not necessarily for my own actions, like things that are out of my control also, but this was definitely part of it. So this has already all been done. So we're going to do that same kind of setup here for September. So we're going to start with some washi. And I pulled these because I thought they matched these colors fairly well. This one, the green doesn't, but I may still use it because I just like it. And I think it goes with these other colors okay. And then I do like this brownish, and this reddish looked pretty good too for the darker color leaves. So yeah, I don't know which of the ones I'll use. Even this goldy color is pretty good. So we're gonna put some washi down and then just kind of move on. So in the past, we have just used the monthly sticker, a little bit of deco, and washi across the bottom. So we'll probably just kind of replicate that again. So this is for September. So we're going to put the sticker down that way, about like that. And then let's put some washi down here. Just decide what colors we want. I don't know if I want this in the gold. I kind of liked layering it last month. Kind of like this. In July, which was the first month we used this, we just used one washi. Decisions, always decisions. I like this color. I'm really feeling that brown with the rose gold, I think. Yeah, let's start with it, and then we'll see where we go from there. I have some other fall washi from Simply Gilded, like some pumpkins and things. But in my head, September, maybe it's because of where I live, but September is just a little bit too early for pumpkins and things. it's still very warm where I'm at. We're still getting up into the close to 90s. And so we won't cool off until later this month. And so fall, I mean, I know it starts technically nearly the end of September, but I won't use pumpkins and things to decorate with until probably October. So there you go. All right, so there's that one. I forgot I pulled this one out too. I pulled this and this Stardust. I may layer this Stardust down here at the bottom. I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. I forgot this washi was also one. And this was from the Cozy Fall 10/21 release. So October 2021. I have no idea what this Stardust was called. I love the Simply Gilded washi, but I'm not a collector like where I keep track of what all of them are and I know all their names, and that's not really my jam. And I do love the Stardust, and I love that this has the different colors of the stars and things on the Stardust. This washi's kind of sticky. Worst part of the washi and the stickers and things is that they don't last forever, which is the reason I started doing this here, because washi does go bad and stickers do go bad. And so I try to be pretty practical with what I actually keep and only purchase and use and purchase and keep what I'm going to use, because there's just a lot that won't happen. So I'm not sure if I want leaves. These are pretty. You can't see what I'm talking about. I'm off screen here. This is really pretty, but it's huge and there's no way it's going to fit without covering up some days. And I don't know all of the stuff for the month just yet to know if that's going to make it work. So I may just end up using some of these leaves. I kind of like the shoes too, but I feel like the shoes by themselves are like it doesn't fit the vibe. Okay, so let's just use a couple of leaves. Are there smaller ones? Yeah, there's some smaller ones on this page. I love Love Posh's stickers, but sometimes they're really big, which is great for certain size of planners. But in mine, this B6 is a little smaller. It doesn't really... I probably am going to use the coffee cup too. I feel like the coffee can go with the leaves without looking strange. Okay, let's set this aside and see if I can find a way to layer these down. I really don't know if there's anywhere I can cover that won't cause a problem for the month. Yeah, we'll try to put this bigger one down here. And it may just cover up a little bit of the 29th, and that's okay with me. I'm going to trim a little bit of that. There's a lot of white around that. And so I am going to do a little bit of trimming. I'm not sure where I want to put this coffee cup. Way over here. I'd probably put one of these over here too, because this is in the next month and I don't really care about all that too much. Okay, so I'll probably leave this like this. I'm gonna grab these little scissors and do a little trimming. Trim some of that white paper off. Not to tear it, but we're gonna trim some of that down. I'll kind of leave that there, and I'm gonna trim some of this white paper also. Yeah, why not? Looks like I cut into the leaf a little bit, but I didn't actually touch the leaf. Just the way it's cut's kind of blunt, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna flip this over and cut here. I did also do, and I had done that off camera for July as well, but I did do my August monthly reflection. So right after this planner, the plans by Just Scribble, after the monthly, there's like a 2-page spread. And so I did do my monthly reflections for August already here. And then I had a little bit of extra space, so I just filled in with some washi and deco. So that is the way I plan on using the spread, this spread that follows the month. So you have the month and then a 2-page blank spread. I'm going to do my monthly reflections, and then if this page is not needed for that, then I will use it for some deco. All right, so I'm going to stick these pieces of sticker paper over here. And then let's see. I'm going to fill in the things that I know are going on already this month, which is not probably a ton. I need to grab the other calendar. We've shown this before, but I use the A6 Wonderland 222 in my as a wallet, and this is the everyday carry, and this has all the dates because I have it with me always, so it's very easy to add things in here as I go. And September, honestly, is not the worst at the moment. I wanted to see if there was any little like boxes or things that match, because I do have several birthdays this month and I would like to use them. I'm gonna go ahead and place this. Yeah, we'll place it here. I kind of wish this was colored, like colors to match instead of black, but that's okay. I don't think there's any functionals in this book, so we'll just use highlighter, I guess. We'll use highlighters because I do have a few birthdays. That one. And this one. And that one. And then this one. There's something in there. Okay. All right. So my husband's birthday, my son's birthday. I don't know where my little paper is to make sure that's kind of dry. My son is turning 24 on the 4th. My husband is turning 42 on the 7th. This one was not very dry yet. My mom's birthday is the 23rd. I think she's turning 65. I'm pretty sure. And my nephew is turning 12 on the 25th. So we do have a pretty full set of birthdays in September. It's a pretty busy month for that. Other than that, the month at this point, what I know, is not super duper busy. So we have a back follow-up, a Dr. S. I think it's like a 7:45. It's a very early appointment. I'm pretty sure that's the time. Greg is going to see Dr. Ross the same day. I think his appointment is at 9-ish. I have a Garza County Healthcare District meeting at 5 p.m. this day. This is a professional development work day. And I'm working concessions this night for our homecoming game. Yay, that's a wreck. And it's such a busy night, but it'll be fine. Did I put paydays in here? I did. So I have a payday this day, payday this day, and a payday this day. Okay, there's that. And at the moment, that's all that I know of. We don't have anything else that I know of going on at the moment. I don't think so. HB 90 starts here. Kick off this week, and I think we are headed out of town. As far as I know, we're still gonna go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for this, and then we'll go back and set up some September goals. So we can set up my September little whatever page, and I can use some of those bigger stickers on here. Nope, where's it at? It's after it's from this side, the September like cover page. We'll put that here. And this is going to be interesting to try to letter that, sort of, I guess if you call what I'm doing lettering, to letter that without spacing. Let's look at this calendar again and see. Yeah, I think I like this color. We're gonna just try. You know me, we just kind of go for it. Ugh, this is not very thick. All right, not the worst. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then maybe I'll go around it with one of these other markers a little larger. We'll see. So we'll just put some deco around there later after that's kind of dry. And then we're gonna start with goals in here. So to do the goals, I need the goal. This sheet is what I'm using right now. The health, these are the Makselife, sorry, I have stuff everywhere. Makselife Areas of Life goal stickers. And so I use these to fill in that. This sheet is kind of mix matched. I need to find a full sheet or one that has all of the things. So here's the one I'm actually using. So this is the one that has all of the categories. So we're gonna fill those in and start putting our goals in. So I did plop this first one down right at the top, right under this first box. So that's kind of how we did that here. So over here on August, on this side, that's why the silver tab's there. We just listed out the goals that we were going to aim for and then move on. So I'm gonna look at September and count weeks so we know going in 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll count 5 weeks of September. We'll go ahead and count this week in September, and then at week 40 will go in September, and I won't count that one in October. In October, when I do goals, we'll start with this week and just do 4. So that's kind of how I run my stuff. I know that some people decide like this week only has 2 days, so let's do it in October. But if the Monday is in there, I'm gonna go with it. So that's just kind of how I function. So we are gonna go back and we're gonna look at our July goals. I feel like most of this is probably the same. I'm gonna take the walking down just a tiny little bit and add in some physical therapy exercises. We're going to get that settled and squared away here when I go to the doctor, so I'll know what all exactly I can do. But I also want to look, I have tabs up here. Let's see where the goals is. So these are my annual goals. We can look at them before we make any monthly goals, and then my quarter 3 goals also. So let's see. For my annual goals, I kind of just wrote them in like statements of kind of how I want this to turn out, like feel or be or whatever. So I said mostly maintaining routines I've already built, prioritize the things that take care of me so I can show up as the best me for work and learning, staying ahead at work, use systems to stay ahead at work, fun and recreation, maintain current lifestyle, vacation with Greg, quick trips with Greg's and the kids, girls trip with Mom and Kate, girls trips with my besties. Life is too short to not have fun and enjoy it, and I need to plan for fun. Family relationships, focus on communicating. Yeah, you kind of get the gist here. And I did this all on another video if you want to go back and check those out when I was first setting this planner up. So the next little bit here is to look at the quarter 3 goals and make sure we're still aligning there. So when I get here, I broke things down a little more granularly to work on for the quarter. So morning routine, I listed out what I would like it to have. Right now, I'm still working on skincare. I haven't thought for skincare for going into September. Planner, scripting, and quiet time. PM skincare, something I'm working on. These other things are pretty regular for me. Like they happen pretty easily. Prep for back to school, that's already done. I can mark that off. Look at systems, which I always do. When we start a new season, a new anything, I always kind of look and see how that's going, and I feel comfortable there. Set up my teacher planner, also done. This is also done. Design what feels good, that's still kind of been my mantra. I'll probably continue through the end of the year, and then stay 2 weeks ahead when school started. I'm doing great with all of those. All right, prioritize small fun moments to recharge. Wednesday memory keeping has been terrible since I went back to school. I was doing good in July and not at all in August, and so that needs to be something I need to try to prioritize. And it may not just necessarily be Wednesday, but one evening I want to spend some time memory keeping. So this is all still pretty good. This plan was all before like I realized what we were going to do with my back, and so I'm not sure about any of this stuff at the moment, not yoga either. I'm still tracking and working on getting better at that. That will continue. Hobby time reflections. Oh no, spending 2 times a month doing a hobby besides this stuff, journal 3 times a week, and do some reflections. Yeah, and then physical environment, working on deep cleaning and decluttering. So there you go. And financial goals, I'll just keep those like a little bit to myself. So there is that. I think for the most part, we're pretty good to continue on here. We're going to make some changes up there. And I saw something else that I think I want to try to add in. I want to add a little more of this scripting writing here, and I may be kind of including it in both places. Like, it's going to take care of 2 goals, I guess, at once. So, okay, let's get started on setting this part up. I really honestly think putting AM and PM routines down is kind of, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it because I'm adding something to it. So we'll kind of track that. So AM, PM routines. Yeah, and I'll do AM, PM skincare and mark it like I did last time. All right, so AM, PM routines and AM, PM skincare. Let's find this. We need the markers. I don't need those. I need the dot markers. There's 8 of them that we use. I feel like this is most of them. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, this is all of those. So we'll set them aside. I can start marking these off. So I usually just give myself these little dots from the dot marker as trackers that I can mark off weekly as I'm doing things. So for AM routines, we counted how many weeks for September? 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So I'll give myself 5 dots. And for this, we'll get 2 sets. And I'm adding something into the AM routine, but I'll probably add it on my habit tracker in the weekly to keep up with it there. All right, so I usually try to do 1 pedicure and 2 manicures a month. I'm definitely in need of a manicure at the moment. So 1 pedicure. Oh, it didn't go in there. And 2 manicures. Usually try around a bi-weekly-ish kind of thing. Weekly reflections, that's gone pretty well. But I'll keep it on here for now. I think weekly reflections are honestly the key to setting goals and trying to stay on track. And I'm going to say read 5 books because there's 5 weeks, and I try to get 1 done a week. And I do count audiobooks as books, so although I read both, I mean, I do both, but I definitely count the audio as well. If you don't, well, that's okay. But I'm going to, so yeah, I don't think, I'm going to go ahead and add a line here for this. Do I want to do it separately? I think I do. Add that there. Okay, those are all set up there. And now we'll go to, is it Fun and Recreation next? I've used the Makselife system for so many years, and you would think I'd keep it straight, but for some reason I thought Working Learning should have been next, but it's not. I think it was the way I read the Q3 goals when I was reading over them all ago, because I read from, where are they at? Q3, somewhere right in here. Nope, back this way. I read this direction. I went here, 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 and it really should go like that. So that's my fault. Okay, let's get this done. Getting sidetracked. All right, Fun and Recreation. I said memory keep on Wednesdays in Zoom or FaceTime my friends. I did not get that done in August, so we really should in September. I'm going to leave it at Wednesday, even though it may not always be Wednesday. That's okay with me. I feel like if I have a plan that puts it a specific place and I write it for that day, it's more likely to get done sometime in the week than if I just say get it done one time this week. So, all right, fun and recreation is orange. We'll put 5. And then I also want to add lake, trip, yeah. We don't do much laking or going to the lake to fish when it's super hot in the summertime. So in this part of when it starts to cool off a little bit and the temperatures are a little more tolerable, we like to spend some time out and doing a little bit of lake work. Let my husband fish. He fishes. I read or watch YouTube or take a nap or whatever on the boat. We both enjoy it. I enjoy the quiet and being away, and he enjoys the fishing, obviously. So that's what we do. Work and learning. Yeah, I'm going to leave out the same hobby mode reflections. These are kind of been hit or miss. I would say about 50% of the time I'm actually answering them. I'm going to dot underneath this one because I am going to need a second column of goals. What else do we have? 2 weeks ahead at work. That's been pretty easy to maintain. Probably a little further ahead than that, but that keeps me at peace over there if I can stay about that place. So let's take a look here. I'm going to put 2 new designs. I'm slowly kind of getting back into doing some designing. I had kind of nearly burnt myself out and then just spent some time kind of taking a break from that this summer. But I'm ready to get back, I think. We'll just put 2. And if they don't happen, it's not the end of the world. All right, the next category is family relationships. And this one's pretty simple. I hate to, I'm going to go ahead and put it here and then go ahead and start right on there. I should have moved that, but it's okay. Family relationships, we're going to do weekly check-ins. And this is just the calls and texts that I need to make to keep in touch with them. All right, 5 for the weeklies. And this is for all my people. So family, friends, anybody that I keep in contact with. So date night 2 times per week. I've talked before about this. Our date nights are not like actual big, go to dinner, go do this, go see a show. We don't do all that all the time. It's really just make an intentional time to hang out, whether that means just watching a show, watching football together, going to the lake to fish, like whatever it is that we stop working, get out of our work mode and hang out for a bit. So, all right, next up is health and wellness. And I'm going to pare these down a little from last couple of months, mostly because of the things I've had done to my back recently. We're going to try to make it a little slower start. So before here we had track water, track sleep, track protein. Right now I'm just going to list, I'm trying to decide, do I want to list them out like that? I think so. Track water, I'm pretty good at tracking. Sleep and track protein. That's fine. If I lump them all together and I don't do one or the other, there will be no way to know what I'm not tracking. I thought about putting them together for space sake, but probably not. And I think we'll put walk. It's cooling down now where I can do that. a little more frequently. Because I like to walk with the dogs, and I have 2 overweight doggies that do not do good in the heat. So in the summer it's a little easier, but during the school year it's not. I would have to walk in the evening, and it's way too hot when I come home to walk with them. And by the time it cools off enough, it's dark. We live in the country, and this time of the year there's snakes and other things, and so all right, we're going to try the PT 1 time per week as well. Strengthen some muscles around the area that's triggered in the back so we can get some of that fixed. Spiritual and personal growth. We're going to put it right up against that. That'll save some space. And all we're going to put there for that one is journal 1 time a week. And this would be more like emotional process journaling, not like the kind of memory journaling I'm doing in here. And then my scripting could also be included in that. So it may be silly to have it on here in 2 places, but for now we're going to just go with it. So, all right, financial. Check spending, pay bills, and extra payment. I've been doing this weekly, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm gonna do it twice and then once a month for these other 2 things. And then physical environment is last, and that is my house. So always on a mission to try to find a routine, a method, a something to get the deep cleaning stuff done in my house. So we're going to put zone clean 1 time per week. So I do really good on my AM and PM routines of like daily cleaning. Laundry gets done, dishes get done, things get wiped down. Normal house cleaning stuff happens every day. I also, the housekeeper comes and does floors and things every other week. But it's like wiping down baseboards, wiping down cabinet doors, stuff like that that I don't do regularly enough, and I want to incorporate that better. If you have ideas on how to make this happen, drop them in the comments below, because apparently I'm not the best at it for sure. So there's that. We got this, and what else do we have to deal with here? Zone clean, and I'm going to put declutter 2 areas. We did a lot of decluttering in August, and it wasn't here even on my goals, but my husband and I just decided to make it happen, and we did. And we have just a couple more spaces that I would like to get to. So let me mark these. And then 2 of those. Okay, so that's it for the goals. And then I'll put wins up there when we're done. I'll decorate around this, and then we are good for the September kind of monthly deal here. I want to go over this with this thicker marker, but I wonder if it's going to make this other marker run or smear. Not the worst. I think I'm gonna go for it. We're all right. And if it's probably gonna make the tip of this marker kind of weird, but if it does, we'll just clean it off on paper after. I feel like me working backwards is making me not know how to write letters. I don't know what that is feeling so awkward for, but let's go forward. I was trying to avoid that, like filling in that opening in the E. It's a little bit of a hot mess. I made sure to just kind of color behind all of it, and I may end up doing that before it's over with, but that's okay. So we're going to try to put some of these stickers. I would like to put that big one, but there's just no way. Oh, I could do it because I can cover this up. Do we want the bag? We'll just use this one. That's fine. This is big enough. That other one's even bigger. It still might not have fit. So, all right. So we're gonna put some of these pretty leaves around here. Oh, there's already a perfume bottle there. Probably don't need that. We can do the lipstick. This is funny that we're doing this like high fashion kind of stuff because I am not. That's definitely not my jam. If you know me in real life, like High heels are not for me. There was a point in my time in my life that I did wear them frequently, but not anymore. And yeah, I'm pretty simple as far as clothing and all the things. So I'm going to just leave that because everything else, these leaves are just too big. They'll take up way too much space. We're going to leave that as it is. And we'll just kind of go from there. So this is the end of the September monthly plan with me. We got the monthly done. We got my September goals put in, and we got my September cover page put in. And we're going to leave it at that, and I will check back in with you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And if you like what you see here, then like and subscribe.